Alert, a new analysis warns an invasion of Ukraine by Russia could drive up the already high cost of living in the U.S. This creates a ripple effect that could impact millions of American households. Jen Sullivan has more on how a full-blown conflict could have major economic consequences for our wallets.
A potential war in Europe could make the already high cost of living in the U.S. even higher for millions of American families.
Unfortunately, if Vladimir Putin invades Ukraine, it's the American household that's going to partially bear the burden of adjustment.
Chief economist Joe Brusuelas from the consulting firm RSM says a Russian invasion could raise the cost of nearly everything having to do with energy. Russia is the world's second largest producer of oil, and supply is already failing to keep up with demand. That's partly why we've seen oil prices move up, and prices at the pump are soaring, hitting $3.51 a gallon nationally Wednesday, a 7-year high. An invasion or sanctions that cut off supply could send prices even higher. President Joe Biden has acknowledged the consequences.
I will not pretend this will be painless.
The big question is, how high can crude oil rise? RSM estimates if crude oil prices rise north of $110 a barrel, year-over-year inflation in the U.S. could top 10%, which would be the highest since 1981. And energy prices are a huge factor in this red-hot inflation hitting your budget.
How does this really impact me? It's in the cost of everyday living. Basically, the things we don't think about, like heating our home, like turning on the television, turning on your computer.
Higher oil and natural gas prices could also mean higher costs for airfare and transportation. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The crisis in Ukraine could also rattle U.S. markets. Economists say if there's an invasion, we could see a sell-off in stocks as investors face the fear of an oil shock and higher inflation. Do you like your root beer served with a big scoop of ice cream? I know I do. But next at noon, with the Test Kitchen, we'll show you a new way to enjoy it.